Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me virtually on this Google Doc as I'm just a voice behind a screen and you're watching along with me. I want to go over a few things, some norms for this class as we move forward in distance learning. At the top of this page, the first thing that you'll see is that we will have live class every Monday from 10 to 10:30. It's going to be really important that you're there so that you can ask questions, so I can see your face. All those things are great. And then office hours immediately following that from 10:30 to 12. The norms for my classroom are exactly the same as they were back at 1717. Be present, be honest, be responsible, be kind, and work hard. Keep doing those things even as we're learning from a distance. I want to talk briefly about how you should communicate when you have a challenge. First, go to Google Classroom, closely read the instructions, watch the videos. Many of your questions will be answered there. Then you can come to office hours. If you've been listening, you know that those are on Monday from 10:30 to 12, and we can talk about these things. Talk to your peers. They probably have the answer, and it's a good chance to connect. Then send me an email. I really do my best to respond within 24 hours. If you have questions about a grade, please email me directly. One thing you should not do, don't post your questions and concerns on Google Classroom. I probably won't see them. I won't be able to respond meaningfully to them. Moving on to academic integrity, as always, we want to make sure that you guys are doing your work and you're taking pride in your work. It doesn't change just because we're away from school. Submission norms and late policy. All of my work is always going to be due at 11:59 p.m. on the due date. It's going to be submitted to Google Classroom, except for blog posts, you know where they go, and occasional papers, which should go in the full class quarantine classroom. A couple new things for late policy. You're going to have assignments that are either listed as engagement or assessment. Engagement assignments are smaller completion assignments that I will not accept late. You will have 3 days to complete that work, but these are things that once the time has passed, it's passed. Assessment work is things that should take you longer to do, and they're worth more, so you can turn them in late. After a week, the most you can earn is half credit. So make sure that you're doing those things on time. And a reminder that your teachers may have different late work policies. Make sure that you understand what all your teachers are expecting of you. Here are a few tips for online learning success. Be positive. Do something you love every day. Organize your space. Exercise every day. Stick to a routine. These things will help. Trust me. Materials and technology, you're already using most of these things. We're going to skip over assessments and deadlines real quick. We'll come back to that. Your grades will be calculated on total points. You can earn up to 200 points in my class. You may have seen that the grades changed a little bit. This is why, because we're all going to a total points system. So things shifted a little bit, but that's how they're going to be from here on out. At the bottom here is your class calendar. So as you can see, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks left of class. This lists all of your assignments. As you can see, on Wednesday, you've got engagement tasks, which are those blog posts. And then on Friday, you've got assessment tasks, which are articles of the week, and then things for your podcast, which we'll talk about in a minute. So the big piece here are your assessments and deadlines. You're going to be creating a podcast of something of your choosing. And the things that we write about and work towards is all towards completing this podcast. So as you can see here, your engagement tasks, blog posts, 1 per week. This is a thing that hopefully will be helpful for you all. Your lowest blog post score will be dropped. If you earn full credit on every post, that will count as extra credit. Live class sessions, that's an engagement assignment. And then occasional paper comments, another chance to earn extra credit is for responding to more than 5 comments. Over here, the assessment tasks, articles of the week, which will pertain to your podcast script, you're going to write it out so that you are prepared to present it. Then your completed podcast, which we will talk about in more depth. Responding to classmate podcasts, and then finally your occasional paper, which must be submitted to the COVID quarantine classroom. So those are all of your assignments. We'll talk about those more in depth as they get closer. But please take a look at all of these things. And what's really important to note is that the magic word is buffalo. Buffalo. Don't forget. All right. Peace.